welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome to an emergency upload on the channel today, guys, because like I said, I am on holiday right now, but within 2 minutes of my trip starting, Barça have exploded into action, and that is why here I'm making this video today. It's going to be a longer one, it's not going to be a short one. There's going to be less editing in today's video, simply so that I have the time to make it and so that my hotel Wi-Fi can handle the upload. I'm also not really going to be able to shout because I don't want to get kicked out of my hotel just because Barcelona cannot run a club properly, but we've got to talk about what's happening right now. We have to talk about the Xavi Laporta situation, which is quite unbelievable. I cannot really believe what we're hearing in the media, so we've got to discuss it today. It's an important conversation that we need to have, so sit back, get ready, and let's do this. Because I do want to give a very special super thanks shout out today to Max. He is a regular supporter here on the channel, and I will need a few coffees, or maybe even something stronger after the news that we are hearing right now. And a big thank you as well to Vishal and Ahmad for the really kind super thanks donations, because like I say, guys, right here and right now, we have to talk about what's happening, because almost overnight, and it is overnight, 1 minute, Laporta and the Barcelona board and everybody inside of the club, they were begging for Xavi to continue. You know, when he said that he was going to leave at the end of the season, Laporta in particular, he was his biggest fan. He was saying, Xavi, please, you can't go. You've got to see out your contract. You've got to stay here. We don't want to get anybody else. All that we want is you. And now, like I say, literally overnight, the feeling has changed. Something has changed dramatically within the club. And what exactly has gone on? Because what we're hearing in the media and what is being really portrayed in the media right now is that it was simply about Xavi's press conference there. Ahead of the game against Almeria on Wednesday, Xavi said in his press conference, and this is the quote here that's really got everyone talking. He said, "We are going to try to compete with Real Madrid, you know, as best as we can." He said, although the situation is difficult economically, and he said it's not really like what we've seen over the past 25 years, you know, when a coach could come and he could say, I want this player, I need this player in my team. He said it doesn't really work like that anymore, and I understand the situation of the club, and this is really what we're managing right now. So I think Xavi there, basically in that press conference, we've seen it a number of times from him. It's not the first time that he said something like this. I think he was trying to manage expectations. He's saying there, we want to compete with Real Madrid, we want to be right up there with them, but as we all know, we are struggling, not just financially, but in terms of fair play in La Liga. We're doing what we can, we're struggling at times, and we're finding it difficult now to compete with Real Madrid. It is annoying, it's embarrassing, it's not what we want, but it's kind of our reality. Now, Xavi came out and just said that to the public there, and apparently Laporta is fuming about that quote. Now, apparently all of this is because of that singular quote there from Xavi. Laporta was not happy that he came out and openly told fans, yeah, it's kind of difficult for us to compete with Real Madrid. Laporta did not like that mentality. Laporta did not like the fact that he was very, very open and public about what was happening inside of the club. And for that reason, apparently it's all changed. Apparently now Laporta, well, he wants Xavi out. He wants to get rid of him. He doesn't want him as the coach anymore. We're looking for alternatives. We're looking out there. And Xavi's future now apparently is more outside than inside of Barcelona, just because of what was said in that press conference. I've got to be honest, guys, I do not buy that. I do not buy that situation for a single second there, that one quote has now changed it all. And if it has, I don't get that either. I don't really like the fact that just a one quote and now suddenly we're throwing everything out the window. Because let me just say, I could understand that off the back of the season that we've had, off the performances that we've seen, you know, in the league, in the Champions League, certain games and our style of play, I could understand if you were thinking, we need something different. Maybe Xavi is not the answer. Maybe we need to go out there and find a different coach for Barca. I could understand Laporta thinking that. But like I said, a minute ago, Laporta was saying, Xavi's our man, Xavi's the project, Xavi's the only person that we want in charge of this club, begging him to stay, and now just because of one quote or something, you know, he's coming out and changing his stance completely, throwing all of that out the window. That makes me more concerned in some ways here, that suddenly, what is the direction inside of the club? What on earth has happened to suddenly make all this change? And I think what's interesting, what I would really bear in mind right now, what I would look at maybe a little more closely, is what actually happened in the Real Sociedad game, the game before last there, the one last weekend there at home, when, let's not forget, we heard chants there inside of the stadium from several Barcelona fans. It wasn't just one or two, it was several fans, chants of Barca C, Laporta, no. They were actively chanting against the current board, against the current management of the club, and specifically against Joan Laporta. Now, I think personally, those were big chants that we heard, because I think that has really made Laporta think, okay, actually, I'm not protected here, because I've always said, I think one of the reasons why Xavi has actually been allowed to stay, Laporta wanting him to continue, was simply to act there as that shield for the president. I think in Laporta's mind, he's always assumed that if Xavi is still there, you know, the icon, the legend of Barça, all the attention, all the scrutiny there, it's going to be on him. And Laporta and the board, they can sort of get by with what they're doing. Nobody's really going to put too much pressure on them. But I think those chants at the weekend, that really opened Laporta's eyes. Because in my personal opinion here, guys, I think he has been deluded this season. I think Laporta has no idea, no perception of what we as Barcelona fans actually believe and actually want. Because for him to come out recently and a few weeks ago and say, I've never seen Barca fans so excited about the team, about the project, that told me you've got no idea about what's going on. You are living in some sort of bubble. You are not really aware of the situation, the feeling amongst fans. Because we haven't been excited for most of this season. We have been bored. We have been very frustrated watching this team. We've been angry at times watching Barca. We're not as excited as we've ever been. And if we are, we've got a problem, because that would mean that we've never really been excited about anything. And I think these last few days, Laporta has maybe had his eyes opened. He can see now maybe things aren't going so well. Maybe the Barcelona fans, the public there, they're not actually happy with what I'm doing. And do not forget, guys, the elections, they're not all that far away. We've heard lots as well. I think this is important to bear in mind too. We've heard lots as well over the past few days from Victor Font to ran up against Laporta in the elections. And we've heard lots more now ahead of that kind of time in 2026 when it's going to be election year again at Barca. And that will also be in Laporta's mind. He can't afford to fail. He can't afford here to just tread water and have another season like we've seen now, because we're hearing about vote of no confidence motions. We're hearing here speaking out against the Barcelona board. You're hearing chants inside the stadium. This is more than just about Xavi. This is more than just about the Barcelona coach. It always is at Barca. There's a political side to it. There's always lots going on in the background. And that is why I do not believe here that it's simply about one quote from a press conference. Xavi there saying, oh, we can't really compete with Madrid. Honestly talking about the truth in terms of FFP. Saying, look, we've kind of got our arms tied behind our back. We have done. And I just cannot believe that Laporta here would suddenly and so drastically change his mind, change his approach, change the project simply based on that one quote. There is more to this situation. Apparently now there's going to be a meeting between Laporta, between Xavi, the Barcelona board as well. We're even hearing right now rumours that Deco's future could be uncertain. You know, is Laporta basically self-destructing inside? Is he thinking right now, let's tear the whole thing apart? It's not working out. You know, we're starting to hear chants against me. We're starting to have my own sort of future questioned. Let's reset. Let's really start again. And I believe we need change. You know, I don't like the way all of this has come about. I think it's absolute chaos right now. And the direction, again, it concerns me. I've said it before. You know, when we kept Xavi, I was concerned about the direction, about the decision making. And now we're so drastically changing back and forth. That's not really helping either. I think there's real questions here about the leadership of the club. I think there's real questions here about exactly what the plan is. Who is making the decisions? Why are we making some of the ones that we are seeing? But it's all going to be revealed very soon, guys. I think this is a situation that's going to move quite quickly. We've seen how quickly everything could change simply overnight. So let's just wait and see now what happens. Let's really sit back, absorb, understand the situation that we are seeing unravelling before our very eyes. And I wanted to give you all a quick update here on exactly what appears to be going on. And I want to know your thoughts. I want to know exactly how you are feeling about Barca, about these potential decisions, about Laporta, about Xavi and Deco as well. What do you make of all of this and how quickly everything has really exploded into life? And like I say, it's probably just because I'm on holiday. It's probably just because I've come away and Barca have thought, you know what? Let's do something. Let's get this party started. I don't know. But please do let me know, guys, all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I will be back with more updates, of course, whenever they happen, whenever news is breaking. I'll try and be here as soon as possible. Thank you indeed, though, for all of your support, for your patience as well. And let's see what these next few days will bring us. I will catch you soon. But until next time, as always, Vejka, Barça.